being, and really the second part of this definition is what you need to cling to, a general sense of well-being, but better and more so, a contentment. See, in the New Testament, Paul would carry the same theme. He would say that the people of God have got to learn, and what they should be is content. In any circumstance, they should be content. They shouldn't be robbed of hope. They shouldn't be robbed of joy. They shouldn't be robbed of anything else. That their life should not be filled with anxiety. You say, well, Aaron, are you telling me that a Christian can live a life without those things? I'm telling you that they will creep up because you're a man, because you have flesh. But what you do with them in that moment will decide whether you have peace and joy or not. I would dare say that when Jesus went into the garden, do you see the anxiety? I don't know if he's sweating blood. I would say, remember what he was praying? Lord, if there is any way this cup can pass from me, if there's any way we can keep from the cross. But he came back. And he trusted his Father. And he believed his Father. And he did these things for a joy that was set before him. He would go through suffering for a little while, but there was a joy that was before him that he would endure this. And he would get to the place where he would look at God. And with all of his heart, he could say, not my will, but your will. Jesus, if you notice, he didn't go to the cross kicking and screaming, being dragged. He had the frame of mind while he was being nailed to a cross to not lose sight of the mission, and he's still concerned with everyone else and not himself when he's saying, forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. John, take care of my mother. He didn't lose sight that God was in control, that God had a purpose, that this was God's plan, and he needed to be obedient to that plan, and it calmed him. See, there's a contentedness which comes from God, and listen to this. Jesus' peace is the inner calm and freedom. Don't you love that word? I mean, that's what we celebrate this with, freedom. He is the inner calm. He is the freedom from anxiety. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. Some of you want to say, that's not possible. Then why in the world would Jesus say to you? Why would the Apostle Paul say to you? Why would the Bible say to you things like, be anxious for what? Nothing. Be anxious for nothing. When you're feeling anxious, that whole verse in Philippians, he's saying, don't be anxious, pray. Let God speak into your situation. Don't be anxious. Open up his word and cling to his promises. Don't let your circumstance rob you of the peace and the joy that God can give in the midst of all of this.